This utility outlook is valid the rest of today, Wednesday, through next Tuesday, April the 21st. Well, we have some things going on, some minor risks here. We'll start out with a high fire danger. This is the rest of today, Wednesday, and possibly this could return on Thursday. Otherwise, good project weather Wednesday into Thursday evening, thanks to an area of higher pressure building in. And we'll see a northwesterly gradient wind potential on Saturday afternoon with a compact little zipper system that'll move on through. It could bring also some gusty southeast gradient winds potentially for Thursday. And on the backside of that system, there may even be some drop in temperature to allow for some wet snow accumulation in some of our local higher terrain. First, we're looking at fire danger. And these are the current conditions right now. This morning, these are expected to get a little worse as we do have relative humidities less than 25% up to the north. These are going to be advecting in. The sun is going to work on the land. We have a lot of available dry fuels. It is that time of the year, fire weather season for the state of Vermont. It typically lasts from after leaf out to a period of time roughly in the first or second week of May. Now, overall, the statewide precipitation ranks, we're the fifth driest in the state of Vermont for the month of March. So this goes back quite a ways, as a matter of fact. It's not just the west that's been dry. We've had a lot of snowfall, but it's mainly been preserved snow and not a lot of water content to the snow until you go back into December. Over the last 90 days, this kind of explains it well. Precipitation, you can see this brown area. This is along the normal line right here, and we have really been below normal in precipitation going back over the last 90 days. This goes back to the 16th of January through the 11th, 12th, 13th of April. These are the individual events and really nothing of major consequence going back through this period. Now, we did have some snow not that long ago. You can see the snowfall amounts, even a couple of inches in the western side of the state. But for the most part, the snowfall has pretty much all dried up. These are the total snowfall on their snow depths on the ground, and we're not seeing a whole lot except in some of the standard mountain range around the Northeast Kingdom and some areas around portions of Orange County and along the spine of the Green Mountains, of course, where there's still plenty of snow. But lower elevations have lost their snow, hence the fire danger season here. This morning's GFS ensembles show that really no precipitation to worry about until as we get into basically Thursday, late Thursday night into the day on Friday, and a little bit of a dry period. There is a weather system that zips across on Saturday that could bring us a little shot of precipitation as well, not shown here. And then it gets a little bit more busy in time, and that's when we can see some of these plumes, these whiskers of snow here in the bluer color. So colder temperatures aloft do work in as we get toward the 20th, 21st, 22nd of April. We've had a nice change with a little more spring, but notice we still have a lot of cold air still back up to the north of us, and it doesn't take a whole lot of flow to get it back into our neck of the woods. This is the way things are developing. Let's check the dailies. So this is looking at the European model, and we can see the area of higher pressure building in for some very nice weather, good project weather really right through the end of Thursday. Then we have this little system with return flow, a little bit of moisture coming in. Temperatures warm up as we get into Thursday as well. So this particular little shot of moisture here will be very little wetting, not really looking at very much. That moves on through during the mostly morning hours on Friday, and then it zips on out. We dry out once again, and then we have this little compact area of low pressure. Not all computer modeling has been on board with this, so this is a little more suspect and lowered confidence. But on the backside, a little stronger gradient wind. This actual area of low pressure will start to deepen just a little bit. It intensifies as it moves away. So we'll have a short-term gradient wind event on Saturday afternoon. This does not look like a big deal. It's mostly going to be in the highest elevations, but it's a close call where the winds could gust as high as 40, 45 miles an hour. So we'll be watching that for Saturday. Then another area of higher pressure builds in for some nice project weather on Sunday. We warm back up a little bit. And then we have some rain moving in. This is an elongated system with some subtropical sources of moisture working up along the eastern seaboard. Not expecting any heavy rain here, something we'll have to keep a close eye on. But temperatures do warm up. But behind this system, it looks like we do get a cool down. So the evolution is such that rain moves in along about Monday night into Tuesday. And this will continue, or I should say Monday afternoon into Tuesday. And then that band of precipitation then works its way out. And along about Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, we'll probably see some wet snowflakes down in the valley floors with a little bit of wet snow accumulation in our higher elevations. This does not look like a big deal at this point in time. This is looking at the 850 millibar or hectopascal level, roughly about the top of Mount Mansfield. And anything in the sort of purples here, this color here is above the freezing mark, meaning usually precipitation in the form of rain. Anything below that to the north of that line, it's cold enough to snow. So this is how it sets up. We do get a nice little warm surge here. But notice the whole weather pattern starts to become a little bit cooler over time. We're closer to the line, and the flow is generally a west to northwesterly flow. Now this is what kicks in along about Tuesday. You can see we're not talking Arctic air here, but temperatures cold enough to support some snow, and unfortunately we cool down. That's the 10-day forecast. I would not put a lot of faith in this at this point in time, but this is the trend for a little bit of a cooler regime as we get into the later part of April. Look at the temperature forecast meteogram for the European and the GFS overlaid. These are the lows at night. These are the daytime highs. And what we're seeing right now is temperatures up around the 50-degree mark today, some cases above that. And then overnight lows tonight with a pretty good frost. Temperatures warm up, your max temperatures, big diurnal ranges generally. Now we get into this area here where you see a slowly decreasing amount of temperatures. So your highs are going to start leveling off. And this is a little bit of an area here where we could see some wet snow across our local higher terrain. Also a busier weather pattern indicating more precipitation. Maximum temperature anomalies stay above normal weighted overall, but these are going to slip down a little bit. Let's check the next round here. You can see that after 3 days the weights are a little bit closer to neutral. We're kind of surrounded by colder air that has moved in aloft. So it looks like a little bit of a cool down here down the road a piece. And quickly back to precipitation. We're not looking at very much here. Generally less than 1 inch, a little bit more than a half inch. And the northern tier areas have a tendency to be very dry. Any northwesterly flows will be lacking precipitation. Any southern flows will start to pick up that precipitation. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.